All right. So welcome to this beautiful Thursday morning here in our little virtual classroom. For those of you who've never met me before, my name is Kim. I'll be guiding you through your yoga flow. As always, keyword is guide. So we want to really tune in, pay mind to what's been going on in our body, astrologically, in terms of the stars, the moons, the planets. We've got a lot going on. There's a lot of fiery energy right now. We're in Leo season. So maybe you've been feeling a little off, meaning you have a lot on your plate that you want to tackle. There's so many projects. You're like ready to go. You're raring to go. So take the time, sort yourself out, make a list, and then prioritize. Do one thing at a time. Knock it off your list. Get rid of some of that energy. Now is the time to exercise, to really expel some of that extra you're carrying around with you. You might be feeling that vibrational buzzing. You're just like, ooh. Maybe even a little volatile in good and bad ways. So you want to watch yourself. Leo season, well, you know lions can be cute and pretty and majestic. They can also roar. So just be mindful. That's it. So coming into a comfortable seat of your choice, rounding down into your sitting bones, lengthening through your spine. You're going to hold space here. If you need to modify it all, take a block under your sit bones. Maybe you use a blanket or a bolster. Take the time. You really, really want to check in with self and see how you feel. That's important. From here, we close those eyes. Maybe shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them down your back. And hold space here, relaxing cheeks, relaxing jaw. Big inhale, fill up your lungs, expand your rib cage, open up. Nice slow exhale, pour that breath into the earth. Connect. And continue in this way. Your inhale and your exhale, opening up your breathing capacities, expanding and contracting, allowing your diaphragm to manipulate that air through your body. Soften your ears, your jaw, part your teeth. Feel your shoulders rolling down your back, your arms heavy, hands resting, palms face up or down, your choice, on your knees or in your lap. Holding space in this coming together. Come what may. Feel your core, your pelvic floor, your hips, glutes, legs, taking their varying shapes. Heels and feet anchoring, entire body breathing. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let it go. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Then nice and slow, take your hands to prayer at heart center, bowing your head to your heart space, connecting. As you choose an intention for your class, dedicating your energies, your efforts, whatever we manifest together today, for what purpose will it serve? Maybe today it's to remind you to be here now, to find the present moment, to hold space for whatever is, let go of the past, let go of the future. Just breathe. Whatever you choose for whomever, keep it with you. Big breath in. Exhale into the earth. Nice and slow, let's inhale, send that prayer to the sky. Separate your hands, relax your shoulders, take a big breath in. And exhale, take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms, lift your heart, lift your gaze, tilt your chin to the sky. Opening up that throat, heart, and solar plexus. Give it 2 big breaths, inhale here. Exhale, 1 more big breath in. And exhale, hang your head, chin towards your chest. And breathe as you shake your head no. Nice and slow motion, breathing for the back of your neck, your rhomboids. One more inhale. Nice and slow exhale. Coming center, inhale, sweep your hands to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward, nice and slow. Release your body forward. Reach, 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 reach. Until your hands meet the earth, ground down your fingertips. Let's inhale a half lift, tummy in, ribs out. And exhale, melt and fold a little bit deeper. Breathing into your lower back, your sitting bones. Move your body a little bit left and a little bit right. Hold space here. 2 more breaths with a slow, intentional movement. 1 more breath. Before you come back to a neutral space, let's inhale half, lift, look for your fingers, and slowly walk them over to your right. Line your tummy up with your right thigh. Take a big breath in, and exhale, surrender to fold. Breathing into that left side body. You're holding space here. 3 big breaths, inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more big breath. Nice and slow. Let's inhale half of listen, listen. Walk your right hand a little further right and peel your left arm up to the sky. Gaze up that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, soften your right elbows. You reach up and over that left ear, opening up your left side body. Now you might want to soften your right elbow, get a little deeper. Just be mindful of that left sitting bone, that you're not picking it up as you come over. So ground down, push that left knee toward the earth. Maybe you gaze up off that left elbow. Maybe you're gazing straight ahead. Maybe you're gazing down. You choose your focal point, your drishti gaze. 2 more big breaths wherever you are. Excellent. That oblique. 1 more big breath. Nice and slow. Exhale and an inhale. Reach your body up, chasing your right hand up to meet your left. Prayer touches. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Tilt your chin to the sky. Hold space here. 3. Hold space here. 2. On one hand, your head, chin towards your chest, breathing into the back of your neck. Again, shake your head slowly now. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of the drama, the politics. Let go of your ego. Give it 1 more breath. Before again you come neutral, inhale, prayer reaches up, gaze up. Exhale, separate hands, start to hinge forward, reach, 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 reach. Nice and slow and steady, keep going, until your hands meet the earth, surrendering you down. Inhale, half lift, tummy in, ribs out. And again, exhale, creep it forward, see what you can do here. Again, don't beat yourself up if you're not fully folded. You could be all the way up here and just breathing, allowing your body to adapt, to evolve. We carry tension in all sorts of ways. Our koshas hold space, those subtle bodies, energetically, emotionally, physically, astrally. We have so many planes in which things can reside. And so we hold space for it, whatever presents, whatever we find in our asana practice. Give yourself 1 more breath. Before you slowly come back neutral, let's inhale half lift, look for your fingers, walk those hands 1 at a time to the left. Line your tummy up with that left thigh, push your right hip bone down, and exhale, fold. So again, you're working with the tension, the accumulation on that right side body. You're doing the best you can, silencing that little mean voice in your mind saying it's not good enough, it's plenty. 2 more breaths, inhale here. Exhale, 1 more big breath. And slow exhale, let's inhale half, lift up for your fingers, listen. Walk your left hand a little further left and slowly peel your right arm up to the sky. Gaze up to that right thumb, inhale. And exhale, slowly bend that left elbow as you reach up and over your right ear. So you're working with that right side body now. And again, you might choose to bend into that left elbow a little bit more. As long as you're grounded in that right hip, do what you can. Whatever's accessible. And then choose your drishti gaze. Gaze up. Gaze straight ahead, gaze down. Whatever feels good, that's where you stay. 2 more big breaths, inhale. Exhale into that right oblique. 1 more big breath, inhale. And nice and slow exhale. On your next inhale, use your core strength. Press up and out of the earth as your left hand comes up to chase your right. Prayer meets. And exhale this time, prayer hands down through third eye through heart center. Bowing your head to your heart space. Big inhale. Exhale, nice and slow, opening your eyes. Take your hands to the ground beside you. You're going to switch your Sukhasana. So if you have crossed legs, go ahead and take the opposite leg inside and hold space, most likely in your non-dominant side. So it's going to feel a little funny. Give it a moment. And then nice and slow, take your hands, palms face down onto your knees. Maybe you sit a little bit side to side, rock it out. Feel your sit bones pushing firmly into the earth, adapting. Beautiful. Now keeping your hands on your knees, inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up. Find yourself a seated cow, chin toward the sky, open that throat. Exhale, chin to chest, lean back slightly, arching, look at your tummy. Beautiful seated cat. Inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up. Find your way, seated cow. Exhale, round out, chin into chest, look for your tummy, seated cat. 2 more times, we'll inhale, puff that chest up, gaze up, find your seated cow. Exhale, round out, chin into chest, coming into seated cat. And 1 more time, we're gonna come up, puff that heart up, gaze up, seated cow. And exhale, start to evolve, coming back into that seated cat. Now stay in your seated cat for 3. Hold space in there for 2. Nice and slow on 1. We're going to puff that chest up, gaze up, big inhale. Exhale, start to lean forward. So just press yourself over your ankles, keeping your hands on your knees. Press up out of the shoulders. Maybe you move a little side to side here. So you can dip a shoulder in, kind of breathe for that lower back, and then dip your other shoulder in. So you're just asking and inviting more space. Depending on how open your body is, it's going to determine how big of a shape you can create. So don't beat yourself up if it's little mini gestures. It is what it is. You have to invite the space. You can't just march into the party. Body's got to be ready, right? So give yourself 1 more breath, just opening up, breathing for your hips, your knees, your glutes, your shoulders, your back, before you slowly make your way back center. Inhale, chin to chest, rise up, spread your wings, prayer reaches up and overhead. Exhale, slice your body over to the right, right hand behind your back, left hand outside of that knee. Now you might take your left hand palm face up, middle finger to thumb for patience, and use the back of your hand to kind of push against your knee to give you more torsion. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, gaze to the wall behind you. Try to walk your right hand even closer towards you, thinking of that right arm as a second spine. So this gives you that support, helps lift you and twist you. 2 more big breaths. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, get you a little deeper. 1 more big breath. And beautiful. Exhale, nice and slow. That right hand's going to come to meet your left. Bring your prayer up and overhead. And exhale is going to slice it over to the left. Left hand travels behind your back. Right hand outside of that left knee. Again, you might take that right hand, take your palm face up, and push your palm against. So the back of your hand's against that thigh. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, gaze off that left shoulder. And again, try to walk your left hand a little closer towards you. Gives you the opportunity to sit up nice and tall, little structural support. Each inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, you gaze off that left shoulder, doing the best you can. 3 more big breaths. Inhale here. Exhale. 2 more. That's it. Give it 1 more big breath. And slowly exhale. Gently bringing your left hand to meet your right. Bring that prayer up and overhead. Separate hands, relax shoulders. Take a big breath in. Exhale, you're going to hinge forward nice and slow. With control, reach, 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 reach. And so your hands again meet the earth, supporting you. Inhale, we half lift. Push away on your fingers. And exhale, tiptoe those fingers as far forward as they will allow you. Maybe again, you move a little bit left and you move a little bit right. No big deal here. Give yourself 1 more breath before we slowly come back to a neutral space. Let's inhale, half lift. Look for those fingers. 1 more time down that midline. Exhale, fold. Good. Give yourself 1 more breath to do what you can. And nice slow exhale. Let's inhale, half lift. Look for those fingers. Walk your hands 1 at a time back towards your body. Sit up nice and tall. Spread your wings 1 more time. Prayer reaches. Now separate your hands, relax your shoulders. Slowly start to bend into your right elbow, creating an arm bar just in front of you. So it's this bent elbow, but it's in front, right? Now take that left arm across your body, and using that right arm, gently pull that left arm towards you as you gaze off that left shoulder. So we're stretching now our shoulder caps. We're breathing into any tension there, having patience for whatever comes up. Give it 2 more breaths in. Exhale, give it 1 more breath in. And nice and slow exhale, we gently gaze back forward. Reach your left arm back up to the sky. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And go ahead, bend that left elbow, creating that arm bar. Again, looks like you're making a muscle, but in front of your body. And go ahead and cross that right arm in front of you. Hooking that arm with that left elbow. Your gaze is off your right shoulder now. And you're breathing into the stretch. Might feel really good. Might remind you that you're a little tighter than you anticipated. But that's okay. We do what we can with this space and we adapt. Give it 2 more big breaths in. Exhaling, give it 1 more big breath in. And exhale, nice and slow, gently gaze forward. Reach that right arm back up to the sky. Reach your left arm up to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, hands behind your back 1 more time. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms, lift your heart, lift your gaze. So you're opening up that throat, chakra of communication, connecting it with your heart, chakra of compassion, connection, and diving deep into your solar plexus. So a space of who you are, your identity, how you express yourself. Take 1 more breath as you align. Exhale into the earth, into your roots. Inhale, prayer reaches up to the sky. Exhale, prayer hands come back down through third eye, through heart center, bowing your head to your heart. Hold space, your big breath. And nice and slow exhale, opening your eyes, gaze forward. You're slowly gonna take your hands outside of your knees and bring your knees up to touch, planting your feet. So ground yourself down here and watch your frame. So naturally, we wanna kind of arch our back, right? Lift your chest. Ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. Try to walk your heels back towards you and breathe into this space. Good. Hands are on your shins. Start to flex your feet to drive your heels into the earth. Next breath, rock back into your tail, hovering your heels inches from the ground. Take a moment here, inhale. Exhale, point your toes, take your shins parallel as you slide your hands behind your knees, developing your boat. Now again, watch that chest. I know automatically you want to kind of curl. Lift your chest, ribs towards hips, center towards spine, puff your heart. Give it 1 more breath here. And exhale, nice and slow. Reach your right arm forward, palm face up. Reach your left arm forward, palm face up. Hold space in the boat, breathing into your hips, into your quads for 3. Hold it here for 2. On 1, reach your arm straight up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, 1 more big breath in. Beautiful. Exhale, reach your arms forward again. Now hold that frame, take a breath. Start to extend your legs to straighten as you lean back, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. You're catching yourself a low boat. You're staying there for 3. You're staying here for 2. On 1, see if you can bring your knees back up into your chest. Beautiful. Exhale, come on down as that low boat. Squeeze, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads. 3. Hold it 2. On 1, bring it back up into full boat. 1 more time, extend it down. Hold it there. 3. Hold it there. 2. On 1, take your hands to prayer and crisscross your ankles. Up and down and up and down and up and down. Flutter 3. Flutter 2. On 1, reverse. Flutter 3. Flutter 2. On 1, come center, reach your arms forward, knees into chest, flex your feet, plant them down, grab your shins, sit forward. Woo! Woke up your pelvic floor, huh? Now, if you found you lost yourself in the process, maybe your pelvis gave out on you, maybe your hip flexors were not feeling that today, there is a modification and I'm going to show it to you the second round. So we're going to do this 1 more time, but you're going to have the opportunity to modify if need be. Okay, so coming back neutral, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine, shoulder blades back. Ground down into your heels, flex your feet. Again, we're gonna rock back, hovering your heels an inch or 2 from the earth. Point your toes and start to take your shins parallel with the mat as you slide your hands behind your knees for support. So you're sitting up nice and tall, a nice modified boat, and you're holding your frame here. You give it 1 more breath in, and exhale, slowly reach that left arm forward, palm face up. Reach your right arm forward, palm face up. Hold your boat, keep lifting 3, keep lifting 2. Now here's where you can modify on 1. If this is too much, take your hands behind you and push. So you have a little kickstand with your hands, you're still working your legs. If you can still do it, keep those arms extending, reach them straight up to the sky. Hold space here, 3. Hold space here, 2. On 1, reach your arms back forward. If you still need to modify, keep your hands as they are. Start to extend your body back to your forearms, lowering your legs down to hover. So again, you're here then. Hold it 3, hold it 2. If you're modifying on 1, you come back up, knees into chest, into hands. Stay it. Otherwise, we're doing this. Extend it down, holding full form, low boat 3. Hold it 2. On 1, knees into chest, hold space. Big breath in. 1 more time, lower it down. Hold it 3, hold it 2. Take your hands to prayer and flutter. 3, 2, 1, stop, switch. 3, 2, 1, stop, switch. Knees into chest, reach your arms forward, go ahead, grab your shins as you sit down. Oh, I almost lost it there. All this talking and moving. So it just goes to show you. Doesn't matter how long you've been practicing. Your body's going to perform for whatever you can pull out. That's it. You can't judge yourself. Deflate your ego. So give me one more breath. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Then nice and slow, take the bottoms of your feet to touch and let your knees fall away. Now this should feel really good on your hips, your pelvis, your hip flexors. Nothing like a nice Baddha Konasana after a whole lot of both. So rock yourself left and right. Let your core, your pelvic floor relax. Really work those abdominals. We give you one more breath just to recuperate. And then we come back into Baddha Konasana. So sit up nice and tall. And now flutter your wings. So pump your knees up and down and up and down. And let the weight again kind of build the momentum. They're just going to bounce. You're soft in your glutes. You're soft in your hips. Your knees are bouncing up and down and up and down and up and down. You keep fluttering those wings. You give it one more breath. And then slowly you come back neutral. Inhale, flutter your wings up. Exhale, roll them down. Now keep them down. Nice external rotation. Hands are on your ankles. Pump your heart up a little bit. So try to roll your shoulders back. Lift your heart up and through. Good. Now hold space here and close your eyes. Soften your cheeks, soften your jaw. Feel what your body's doing. We are countering everything we just did in that little boat exercise. You give yourself one more big breath right here, resting. And exhale, opening your eyes. Inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up, seated cow. Exhale, round up, chin into chest. This one should feel real good. Lean back slightly, look at your tummy, seated cat. Nice crack in your back. Inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up, seated cow. Exhale, round out, chin into chest, lean back slightly, seat your cat. 3 more times. Inhale, puff it up, gaze up. Exhale, round out, chin into chest, gaze down. And one more time, inhale, puff it up, gaze up. This time, exhale, round down, gaze down. Beautiful. Now hold space here, 3. Hold space here, 2. On 1, puff your chest up, gaze up. Hold space here, 3. Hold space here, 2. Inhale. Exhale, start to lean forward. Now you might take your elbows inside of your knees, just push them down. You might take your hands, interlace them on top of your feet, binding. You might also be able to take your forearms on the ground in front of your shins or extend your hands out fully. Whatever you feel good doing in this space, it's for you, so own it. You explore accordingly. Big inhale, tummies in, ribs out. And exhale, get out of your own way and fold. So think of your waistline as the spine of a card, right? You just took a piece of computer paper and you folded it in half. Now you're taking your index finger and you're creasing the spine of that card so it's nice and sharp, right? So that's the same thing that happens in our body when we fold. We need to inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Come forward a little bit, exhale into the fold. Feel the difference, how much space you create for yourself. You might find your adductors, your hips, your glutes, your quads, groin might be objecting, but you do what you can. You invite the space. Never force it, invite it. Inquire. Say, hey body, what do you think of this shape? Yeah, you don't like it? All right, let's come away from it a little bit. That's how you learn. That's how your body develops and evolves in your practice. So hang out here. 3 more big breaths in. Tummies and ribs out. Exhale to get yourself a little deeper, releasing expectation. 2 more breaths. One more big breath. Nice and slow, chin into chest. Start to look forward, half lifting. If you haven't already, extend one arm out. And then the other, reaching those fingertips toward the ground. Inhale, tummy and ribs out. And exhale, so you can creep your fingers forward to really draw you down. You do what you can with this space. Maybe you're moving a little bit side to side, reminding your body that you too can make it through this. One more breath. Before you come back neutral, let's inhale, half lift. Look at your fingers. Walk those hands one at a time back towards your body. Sit tall, spread your wings. Prayer connects up and overhead. Now here's your challenge. Start to bend your elbows. Let your prayer come down just above your head. So elbows out, chest is lifted, and you're holding space, balancing here. Keep pulling ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. Lean forward, don't lean back, you'll fall. Hold it, 3. Hold it, 2. On 1, send that prayer back up to the sky. Separate your hands and lower it down to the ground beside you. Take those hands, scoop up your knees, plant your feet, and give yourself a hug. Go opposite elbows. So giving yourself a hug. You're in a little ball. I'll give you the side view. Right? Really embracing yourself. You're going to tuck your chin into your chest and look down while you kind of arch your back. So just lean back a little bit. Breathe into the back of your rib cage. Give it a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale. Puff your chest up. Gaze up. Really squeeze your knees. It feels so good in your hip flexors. Stay there. 3. Stay there. Relieve those core quads for 2. On 1 again. Chin into chest. Lean back. Look at your belly button. Breathe into the space. 3. Hold here. 2. On 1, inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up, squeeze as hard as you can. 3. Keep that compression for 2. And last time, 1, chin to chest, look down at that tummy. Stay here. 3. Stay here. 2. On 1, we come back neutral. Now I'm going to have you release your hands behind you, fingertips towards you. We're going to play with reverse tabletop. Now, the key is to widen out your stance a little bit. So take your feet and heel toe them out once. So that's going to get your knees to line up with your hips. And now step your foot forward, like maybe a full foot forward. You'd be surprised. You can always adjust as we go. Make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. So try to get your fingers to touch your glutes and push up and out of those shoulders. We're going to test the water here and see how we feel. First things first is we're going to pendulum our hips a little bit. So pushing into your palms, push into your feet, just lift your hips an inch off the ground. Now press up out of those shoulders and see how you feel. Good. Hold in here. 3. Hold in here. 2. Slowly on 1, you're going to lower your pelvis back down to the ground. Sit forward slightly, come into your fingertips to relieve your wrists. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back into the palm of your hand. Push into your feet, squeeze your glutes, come up about halfway. So squeeze and lift. Starting to build a reclined table. So this is a reverse table. You give it 1 more breath. And nice and slow, you lower your pelvis back down. You sit forward, come into your fingers to relieve your wrists. Give it 1 more breath. And now we try for a full table. Press into your feet, press into your hands, squeeze your glutes, push your pelvis up, gaze forward first. Now, if you see, my knees are not over my ankles, so I'm going to step my foot forward a little bit just to get that alignment, and then continue squeezing and pushing, holding. So this is a reverse tabletop. You want to get fully into it, lift your chest, drop your head. So your throat is open, you're gazing for the back wall. Hold space here. 3. Hold space here. 2. And whatever level you're at 1, chin into chest, gaze forward, start to lower your pelvis down. And sit forward, take your hands on top of your shins for a moment. Give yourself a big breath, inhale. Big breath, exhale. Beautiful. Now, we're gonna do 1 more reverse tabletop. There will be options for you to modify if your body needs to take it easy. There will be options for you to advance if you're looking for a challenge. Again, take it piecewise. You know the levels now, we've done them all. Slowly take your hands back down to the ground, pressing your palms into the earth. This is how it goes. Pushing into the earth, you can either pendulum, halfway point, or fully extend. The challenge here is for you to heel toe your feet together, right? Shift your weight into your left foot, bring your right knee into your chest, point your toe. If you feel good, you might drop your head and extend your right leg to the sky, and you hold space there. 3. You hold space there. 2. And on 1, you bend your right knee back into your chest and drop it back down to the ground. Look forward, take a breath. Shift your weight into your right foot. Start to bring your left knee into your chest, point your toe. Squeeze your glutes, drop your head, lift. And maybe you can extend that left leg to the sky, hold it there. 3. Do what you can for 2. Beautiful. On 1, bend that left knee back into your chest and step your left foot back down. Chin to chest, look down, and lower your pelvis. Sit forward, grab hold of your shins. Beautiful. Excellent. So walk your feet even closer towards you. We're going to have a little fun to get up to stand. So give yourself a moment. First, big breath in. Nice and slow. Exhale. Gently start to flex your feet, rocking back into your tail. Point your toes. Take your shins parallel. Take your hands behind your knees. Now, here's where we're going to have fun. Some of you have done this with me in class in the past. We're going to rock and roll to try and stand. So from here, hold space. Start to rock back as you arch your back like a cat. Let your feet come over your head and come up. Maybe arms reach forward. Again, you might do that. Taking your feet up and over your head. Come up forward. Maybe you can stand. And maybe you rock back 1 more time. To come up, stand, reach forward, stand all the way up. And arms down by your sides, Samasthiti. Now roll out your wrists and roll out your ankles. How do you feel? Check in, dance it out. Do your Beyonce, your flash dance, whatever you want to do. Bring it around town. Dance your way out of it. Work through any kinks. See what it feels like. When you're ready, you come back neutral spine in Samasthiti. So your arms are by your sides, palms facing forward, fingers are spread, and you breathe here. Close your eyes. Take an inhale, fill up your lungs. Open mouth, let it go. Lifting up all 10 toes, exhale, pinky, middle, big toes down to the ground. Grounding all four corners, you start to engage your ankles, calves, knees, quads. Squeeze your glutes. Ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. You're checking in with your body. You're zipping yourself all up. Shoulder blades back. Inhale. Prayer reaches up to the sky. Exhale, put your hands down through third eye, through heart center, and hold your frame here. From here, we're going to shift your weight into your right standing leg. Soft bend your left knee. Flexing that left foot. See about bringing that left knee up to hip height or navel height. Keep holding space in your balance. Now focus here. Keep engaging that right quad, right glute. Hold it 3. Hold it 2. On 1, you're softly going to bend that right knee. So you're in an elevator. Ribs towards hips, semi towards spine. It's just your quad for 3. Hold it there for 2. On 1, quad press to straighten. Squeeze. Exhale again. Rebend that right knee. Balancing. Squeeze your Mula Bandha for 3. Engage that P muscle for 2. On 1, come back up to straighten. 1 more time. Bend into that right knee. Hold it here. 3. Hold it here 2. Listen. On 1, we're going to start to hinge forward. Hinge forward, extend your left leg out behind you. Tap your left toes to the back of your mat, finding a hovering lunge here. All right, so hands are at prayer. Your tummy's hovering, that right thigh, lunge into it. Take a big breath in, tummy in, ribs out. Now exhale, see if you can revolve your up body over to the right. So start 10 degrees, 20 degrees, maybe 45. You get into a full revolution without using your elbow on your knee. You're holding space, holding your end range for 3. Hold it, balancing here for 2. On 1, slowly bring it back center. Inhale, extend your prayer to the sky. Separate your hands, relax your shoulders. You're in a high lunge. Beautiful. Now watch your frame. Try not to arch your back. Ribs towards hips, semi towards spine. Sit into that right knee. Beautiful. Give it 1 more big breath in. Exhale. Bring your prayer hands together. Bring it down through third eye, through heart center, and straighten out your right leg. Internal rotation. Pulls your right hip back, left hip forward. Again, squeezing your Mula Bandha. So that's your P muscle. That's going to help activate your pelvic floor. Pull your ribs towards your hips, tummies towards your spine. Squeeze. That activates your Uddiyana Bandha. So 2 energy locks are active. Hold your midline. 1 more breath in. Exhale. Nice and slow. Rebend that right knee. Prayer reaches up and overhead. Separate hands. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath. And then draw that back heel down to the ground. Heel toe your right foot out. So you're in a warrior 1. Settle into it. Keep pulling that right hip back, left hip forward, breathing for that left calf. Get a little deeper, 3. Get a little deeper, 2. Nice and slow on 1. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms. Maybe do a little bit of a heart opener. So back bend into it. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, tilt your chin to the sky. Stay here for 3. Do what you can here for 2. On 1, we're going to sweep those arms back up to the sky. Straighten out that right leg. Big breath in. Exhale, rebend that right knee, slice it open, warrior 2. Now this is where you want to widen out your stance a little bit. Make sure your right knee's over that ankle, that leg's extended nice and long, and you're lunging. Ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. Shimmy out your shoulders, shake them out. And then again, come back in neutral gaze off your right middle finger. 2 big breaths, inhale here, burn through that right quad. Exhale, get a little deeper, 1 more breath. Start to hinge forward, flip your right palm, tip it back, maybe take a bind, left hand behind your back, middle fingers and thumbs for patience. You want a little more, pick your right heel up, take to balance 3. Hang in there for 2. On 1, bring your right heel down if it's lifted. Lift your top body up, warrior 2. Hinge forward, cartwheel down, low lunge. Now stay in that low lunge, hover your hands. Take a big breath in. Exhale, plant your left hand down, pull your right arm up. Easy twist. Watch your frame here, we have options. If you're feeling good, you want a little more, take your right hand to your hip, slide it behind your back, palm face up. You still want more, come outer edges of both feet, gaze up to the sky, push up out at left shoulder. Either way, you're in a variation of easy twist for 3. Hold space here for 2. On 1, if you took the foot variation, plant your feet back down, traditional stance. Reach your right arm up to the sky, reach your right arm forward, take it down, hover those hands, 1 more breath. Exhale, plant them down. Take your back knee down to the ground.
Beautiful. Now make sure that that left knee's under that left hip, because we're going to shift back slightly to extend our right leg to straighten and flex your right foot. Now take a look. Is your left hip still over your left knee? If it's back here, you want to come forward a little bit. If you're too far forward, you're coming into a split already, so take yourself back a little bit. Find that midpoint. Keep flexing that right foot, hold space. Use your blocks if you need a little boost. All right, so my invisible blocks are under my hands. This is my miming. Do what you can. This is a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Maybe you exhale, melt down. Now remember that trick. We're hinging at the hip. So each time you inhale, gives you that space to exhale into. If you find your knee is starting to buckle, come away from the fold. So what? You don't fold all the way. It's okay. Give it 2 more big breaths and keep flexing your feet towards your face. Breathe inside, hamstring stretch. Good. 1 more big breath. Nice and slow, exhale, fold it back down. We're going to inhale, half lift. Keeping your Hanumanasana, start to walk your hands over to the right. So your legs stay exactly the same. Your upper body is just moving you over to the right. So keep that left hip pushing back, right hip pushing forward, and just hold space here. Maybe you take an inhale, and maybe you exhale, bend your elbows to get a little deeper into that right hamstring. Either way, you're getting a stretch here for 3. You are getting a stretch for 2. Nice and slow on 1. We're going to inhale, half lift. Walk your hands back to traditional stance. Start to re-bend your right knee. Line your fingers up with your toes and extend your left leg back out to straight and low lunge. Feel a difference. Good. Now give yourself a moment here. Inhale. Exhale. Throw out some peace fingers for me. Take them a few inches out in front of you. Now you might grab blocks. So we're coming into a warrior 3 practice. But first things first, shimmy forward. And then maybe shimmy back, straighten both legs to full pyramid. Maybe you bend your right knee, shimmy forward to lunge, and again, shimmy back into that pyramid. So you can play with the shape. You could just rock in a lunge, or you can come to a full pyramid fold and then come back. But keep working those legs. Create the shapes that are going to prepare you to launch into a warrior 3. So give yourself 1 more moment. And then nice and slow, we're going to come back into that lunge. Step into that right leg. Lift your left leg up, hip height, flex your foot. Good. Now this is the hardest part for some of us, is straightening out that right leg. You can keep a bend in your right knee if you'd like, but pull your ribs towards your hips, tummy towards your spine as you do it. If you want a challenge, really pull your ribs towards your hips, tummy towards your spine as you take your right hand to prayer, and then your left hand, and you focus on that warrior 3 balance for 3. You focus on that warrior 3 balance for 2, and on 1, you lower your hands back down to the ground, point your left toe, big breath in, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, start to fold your chest towards your right thigh. Lift your left leg up toward the sky. So this is standing split. Now notice, your leg doesn't have to be all the way up. It's more focusing on the fold. So if your left leg is strong enough, your hip flexor is extending for you, you might get that left leg high. If not, no worries. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Maybe a little half lift. Exhale, melt and fold, get a little deeper, walking your fingers towards your toes. Maybe you can catch yourself a more open variation. You want to take a hand to an ankle, go ahead, challenge your balance. Do what you want to do. Give yourself 1 more breath. Nice and slow, we're going to walk those hands back forward, catch yourself a warrior 3. Hold your frame here. Right hand is going to stay at 2 o'clock. Left hand is coming up to your hip. Slowly start to lift your left hip to stack, finding yourself a half moon variation. So we are building the foundation of our half moon. Gaze down for now. And if you feel up for it, you might release that left arm to the sky for the full expression. Keep breathing, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine, balancing. Your gaze can be down, forward, or up to the sky. Check your drishti, see what you can do for 3. Release any tension for 2. On 1, slowly gaze down, reach that left arm forward, come back to warrior 3 for just a breath, and lower your left foot down to meet your right to fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Beautiful. Exhale, melt and fold. Soft bend in your knees, sweep it upward, Vastasana. Prayer up, gaze up. Exhale, for hands down through third eye, through heart center, arms by your side, Samasthiti. Now roll it out. Roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles. See what you can do here. Pedal, Beyonce, flash dance, whatever you want to do, bring it around town. Shake out the tension you're finding. And notice your right side body versus your left side body. Feels very different, right? It's amazing. Give yourself 1 more moment here. Close your eyes. Exhale. Now let's collectively take a big breath in, fill up your lungs, hold your breath. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale, brew reaches up to the sky. Exhale, brew your hands down through third eye, through heart center. Hold space here as you lift up all 10 toes. Exhale, pinky, middle, big toes down to the ground, rounding all four corners into the earth. Start to activate your ankles, squeezing through your calves, knees, quads, glutes, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine, shoulders back. Nice, broad, open heart. You give it one more big breath in. And exhale, start to shift your weight into your left standing leg. Soft bend your right knee. Now keep squeezing that left glute, pushing up and out of the earth. Maybe start to flex your right foot as you bring it up and into your chest. Then knee comes up, navel height. Keep breathing in this balance to the best you can. Squeeze. Remember, activating those energy locks is going to help you. So your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha. Give it one more big breath in. Exhale, start to bend into your left knee. Hold your frame as you balance here for 3. Little baby elevator for 2. On 1, straighten out that left leg, quad press hold. Exhale, bend into that left knee, balancing here 3. Keep squeezing that feet muscle for 2. On 1, lift it up to straighten. One more time, bend into that left knee, quad press 3. Hold it 2 on 1, start to hinge forward, reach. Reach your body forward as you extend your right leg back. Right toe step down to the mat behind you and you hold your frame in a low lunge and you balance. Hands are still at prayer, internal rotation here. Take a big inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, start to revolve your upper body over to the left. So see what you can do here. Maybe 10, 20, 45 degrees. You got yourself a twist and you're holding it, balancing 3. Try not to hook that elbow for 2. On 1, slowly you bring it center, and inhale, prayer extends to the sky for a high lunge. Separate your hands, relax your shoulders. Good, now watch your frame, that you're not arching into it. Ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. Sink into that left knee, lock into that frame. 2 more big breaths, my beautiful high lunges. 1 more big breath. Nice and slow, prayer hands comes down through third eye, through heart center. And let's straighten out that left leg to balance. Your back heel is lifted. Internal rotation keeps pushing that left hip back, right hip forward. And again, ribs towards hips, tummy towards spine. You give it 1 more big breath. Inhale here. Nice and slow, exhale. Inhale, prayer is going to reach up to the sky. Separate hands, relax shoulders, rebend that left knee coming into that high lunge. We're going to lower that back heel down and heel toe our left foot out just a little bit to develop our warrior 1. Now keep pulling that left hip back, right hip forward and sink. Relax your shoulders, 2 more breaths in. Exhale, 1 more. Breathe through that right calf. Exhale, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms, and maybe give it a heart opener. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, lift your chin to the sky, lunge a little deeper in 3. Use your hands to track down that right leg. Breathe a little deeper for 2. On 1, reach your hands into the sky to prayer. Beautiful. Exhale, put your hands down through third eye, heart center, straighten your left leg again. Give it a break. Keep squeezing your thighs in. Hold your frame. Nice and slow, prayer is going to reach, and your left knee is going to bend. Slice it open, warrior 2. So this is where we adapt our stance a little bit. You might need to heel toe your right foot back and open up. So adductors are working. Nice full extension. Left knee's pressing toward left pinky toe. Arms are reaching in equal and opposite directions. You might shimmy and shake out your shoulders because you hold so much tension there. Shake them out. Good, now lunge a little deeper. Gaze off that left middle finger. 2 more breaths, warrior 2. Exhale into it. 1 more breath. Stay present. Nice and slow, hinge forward into the future. Flip your left palm, tip it back, maybe wrapping right arm behind you for a half bind. Middle finger sit down for patience. Option to pick your left heel up and sink into the balance. 3. Hold space. 2. If your left heel's lifted, bring it down on 1. Lift your top body up, warrior 2. Hinge forward, cartwheel hands down, low lunge. 2 big breaths, hold space. Don't give it up. 1 more breath, hold space. Plant your right hand down, pick your left arm up. So now you're in an easy twist, you're breathing. It's a little less aggressive on that left quad. You do what you can. You want more? Take a breath in. Exhale, left hand to your hip or slide it behind your back, palm face up. You still want more? Come outer edges of both feet, pressing up and out of that right shoulder for the variation. Hold your advancements, whatever they are. 3. Hold them here for 2. If you advance, take your feet back. Send your left arm up. Reach it forward, take it down. Low lunge, 1 breath, hover. Exhale, plant your hands down, bend your right knee, and take it to the earth. Woo. Now again, make sure that that right knee drops just below your hip. because we're gonna lean back slightly to release our left leg forward to straighten, flex your foot, and bring it up an inch or two. Again, check your frame. Hip over right knee. If it's not, if you're back here, no good. If you're up here, still no good. You wanna get that hip over that left knee. And you wanna hold space there and breathe. Again, borrow blocks. Take them underneath your hands if you need a lift. It's okay to need those things. Hold that left hip back, push your right hip forward. Breathe into your left hamstring. Strengthen through your left quad. Your quad is the gatekeeper of your hamstring. Nice. Now maybe you inhale, half lift tummy and ribs out. And again, hinge at the hip to come forward and down, maybe walking your hands forward. Maybe bending your elbows. Whatever you have, you're asking and inviting. 2 more breaths before we revolve it a little bit. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now nice and slow, let's inhale, half lift. Get your hands under your shoulders if they aren't. We're gonna walk both hands over to the left. So your frame stays the same. Your upper body's just gonna move over to the left. Keep pushing that right hip back, left hip forward slightly. So you don't wanna lean into it and twist. You wanna just isolate your lower body and work with your upper. Maybe you bend your elbows to fold a little bit. Keep scooting that hip back, 3. Hold space here for 2. 1 more big breath, whatever you have. On 1 knee, press up to lift. Walking your hands back center. Find that midline inhale. And 1 more time, exhale down for traditional half split. 1 more breath in. Beautiful, exhale. Let's inhale, half lift. Rebend that left knee. Get your fingers to line up with your toes and pick your right knee up. Get yourself a low lunge, see how it feels. Different, right? More accessible. Hold space in that low lunge for 3. Hold space in that low lunge for 2 and 1. Throw out some peace fingers, take it a few inches out in front of you. Again, use your blocks. Now we're gonna shimmy forward and then come back, maybe find a pyramid if you can. Again, if you can't, you're just gonna rock forward and back in your lunge. You're asking and inviting. So create some shapes. Rock it forward, take it back. Rock it forward, take it back. You're gonna play with shapes just to work your body. Give it 2 more breaths playing with shapes. Before we come back into that lunge, stepping into that left foot, take your right leg up hip height. Now again, you wanna watch that you're not opening up your right hip. That's coming into a half moon already. You wanna drop that right hip, pull your thighs in. Big toes should be pointing toward the ground. You should feel your thighs brush up against each other, lifted up hip height. Ribs towards hips, stomach towards spine. Again, you can have a bend in your left knee if you need to. You can also have blocks under your hands. So do what you can, okay? For those of you who are here and you're looking for the challenge, gaze down, squeeze. As you take your left hand to prayer first, squeeze ribs towards hips, stomach towards spine. Right hand follows, balancing warrior 3-3. Hold space here 2. On 1, slowly lower both hands back down to the ground. Point your right toe, big inhale, tummy and ribs out. Exhale, dip your nose towards your left knee as you reach your right arm up, your other arm, your right leg up to the side. So again, standing split, doesn't much matter what that right leg does. We're focusing on your frame folding. So try to get yourself into a fold. Right leg is gonna do what it's strong enough to do. Okay? So keep lifting it. Maybe you get a little half lift, inhale, tummy and ribs out. Exhale, come down even deeper. Maybe your fingers can line up with your toes. Maybe you can take 1 hand to an ankle for a challenge. Whatever you're doing, you're holding space and you're breathing for 3. You're breathing here, hanging out with me for 2. And slowly on 1, we come back, warrior 3. So walk your hands forward, take your right leg up to hip height. Now nice and slow, left hand staying down, right hand's coming to your hip. Start to lift that right hip to stack your left, breathing into the space. Good, use your blocks if you need them. Gaze down if you need to. You can gaze down, forward, or up. And if you want the full extension, well, your right arm's reaching up to the sky and you're holding space here. Do what you can in your half moon. Ooh, as I fall out of mine. For 3. Focus on your drishti, activate your bandhas. For 2. Nice and slow on 1. If you're in a moon, reach your right arm up and overhead. Lower it down to the ground. Everyone drop into a warrior 3. And lower your right foot down to meet your left 2. Fold. Holy moly. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Fingers side up, shins. Breathe. Exhale, melt and fold. Soft bend your knees and sweep it up to skyward Bahastasana. Prayer gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down through the way through heart center. Arms by your side, Samasthiti. Go ahead, shake it out. Shake it out. Bring it around town. Flash dance Beyonce. Do whatever you want to do. Roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles.
See how you feel. Come up and down on your toes, work your calves. All right. Whatever you do when you're ready, you're coming back to a neutral space, Samasthiti. Palms face forward, fingers spread. Inhale, fill up your lungs. This time, hold your breath. Take one more sip of air. Open mouth, let it go. Ha! One more time, we're gonna do it, but louder. Inhale, fill up your lungs, hold your breath. One more sip of air. This time, yell. Ha! Inhale, prayer is gonna reach up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, chase your prayer, or swan dive down, your choice. Stand heavy forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, melt and fold. Now I'm gonna have you heel to your feet as wide as your mat. Okay? So you're gonna hang out and cross feet nice wide like a fold. You might go opposite elbows, and you might slow motion sway side to side. So see how you feel here as you hang out. Breathing into the backs of your hamstrings, the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Oh my goodness, my words, my words. You do what you can as you breathe. 2 more breaths. Exhale, 1 more breath. Before you come neutral, now I'm going to turn to face you. Inhale, half lift, fingers side up, shins. Beautiful, exhale, melt and fold. Now let's soft bend knees and sweep it up to the sky. Nice wide-legged lift to a salute. Exhale, put your hands down, put your neck, your heart center. Turn your heels in, toes out. All right, so now we're in, well, this is a ballet stance. So squeeze your glutes, push your pelvis forward, ribs towards in, stomach towards spine, hands at prayer. From here, we're gonna inhale, lift up our heels, push up out of your toes, 3. Hold space here, 2. On 1, slow motion, lower your heels back down, beautiful. Inhale, come back up onto your toes, hold it, 3. Hold it, 2. On 1, lower those heels down. 1 last time, come up onto your toes, hold it, 3. Hold it, 2, listen on 1, start to bend your knees. Now keep your chest lifted, ribs towards hips, stomach towards spine. Get as low as you feel confident. Take a breath in, stay there, 3. Stay there, 2. Drop your right heel down, sink a little deeper, 3. Hold it, 2 on 1, pick your right heel up. Sink your left heel down, get a little deeper, 3. Hold it, 2 on 1, pick your left heel up. Slowly bring both heels down, lower your pelvis, 3. Lower your pelvis, 2. On 1, get your lowest and sit up to one side or the other to develop yourself into Malasana. Now, Malasana, you basically look like a little frog on a lily pad, right? So get your heels so close to your body while they're still grounded. So don't pick up your heels to do it. Keep your heels grounded. Get your ankles to rub up against your thighs, pushing your elbows or triceps into your knees. Push your knees back, lift your chest. Now, if you're struggling to do this, a few options. You can take a few blocks or pillows underneath your glutes, your sitting bones to lift you up and perch you, right? You can also sit down and take the bottoms of your feet to touch, taking our cousin, Baddha Konasana. You've already done this shape. So see what you can access today, right? Sitting up even taller, let's squeeze those glutes. Hold that frame. Now ribs towards hips, stomach towards spine, shoulders back, thumbs press into your sternum. Keep squeezing your glutes, take a breath. Now exhale, release your glutes. See how you sang? Keep it there. Close your eyes, relax your cheeks, relax your jaw. Big inhales fill you up. Exhale into the earth. We're gonna do 3 more big intentional breaths here. So slow yourself down. One more big intentional breath. Beautiful. Now opening your eyes, here's your challenge. Unhook your elbows from your knees, float. See if you can bring that prayer up and overhead, and then bend your elbows so your prayer floats over your head. Oh my goodness, 3. Oh my goodness, 2. We're coming out in 1 on that prayer up. Shift your arms forward. See if you can sit down and take the bottoms of your feet to touch, hands to prayer. So one way or another, we're meeting you in Baddha Konasana if you've already arrived there. That's okay. Rock it side to side. Give yourself a moment. Beautiful. Big inhale. Exhale. Slowly take that prayer up and overhead. Push your arms past your ears, bend your elbows, let that prayer float just above your ponytail. If you don't have a ponytail, well, the crown of your head. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. On 1, send that prayer up, separate your hands, tummy and ribs out.
Exhale, hinge forward like you're passing someone a ball. Keep your arms aligned up with your ears. Reach, 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 reach. Chin into chest, rise up one vertebra at a time. Come up all the way, reach to the sky. Big inhale, tummy and ribs out. Exhale, pass the ball forward. Arms lined up with ears. Reach, 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 reach. Chin into chest, rise up again, one vertebra at a time. And last time, tummy and ribs out. Hinge forward, reach, 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 reach. And plant your hands down. Upper back is grateful for that one. Nice dismount. Let's inhale, half lift. Tummy and ribs out. Exhale, creep your fingers forward. See what you can do with the space. Anything you want to do. Two more big breaths inhale here. One more big breath in. Nice and slow, we're gonna come center. Let's inhale, half lift. Walk your hands one at a time back towards your body. See if you can scoot your heels a little further away from you. So you have more of a diamond, okay? So take your feet away from you. Take your hands on top of your shins. Inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up. Exhale, round out slightly, lean back a little bit. So it's a funky little seated cat. Inhale, puff it up, gaze up. Exhale, round out, chin to chest, look down. One more time, puff up, gaze up. Exhale, round down, lean back, gaze down. This time, inhale, puff up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward. Beautiful. Now slide your hands to your ankles, rest your forearms right on top of your shins. So your hands are just kind of holding your feet and you're hanging out here leaning, right? Inhale, tummy and ribs out. You might be able to exhale, get your arms outside of your shins and hold your feet at prayer. If you can do that, you're going to advance into what I call a spider bind. Okay, so for those of you who are nice and folded forward like this, you're going to take your hands on the ground like you're playing the piano. Inhale, half lift to push away. Taking your right arm, thread it underneath your right leg and catch the top of your right foot. Now your left arm is going to do the same. Thread it underneath that shin and catch the top of your left foot. Right? So now you're in a spider bind. Inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, down and forward you go. Try to rest your forehead on your feet. Hold space in whatever you have, whether you're bound or you're just folded for 3. Hold space, breathing here for 2. On 1, inhale, tummy in, ribs out. Exhale, come your deepest. One more big breath here. Nice and slow. Exhale. Let's inhale, half lift, look for your feet. Unravel one arm, reach it forward. Unravel the other arm, reach it forward. Last time for good measure, tummy in. Exhale, melt and fold. One more big breath. Nice and slow exhale. Now, 2 ways of going about the next pose. We're going to inhale, half lift. If you have the flexibility, you're going to extend your legs to straighten right here. If not, walk your hands towards you and then straighten your legs into staff pose. If you're folded forward, just jump your legs around. Windshield wiper your feet. There's no place like home. I'm going to give you the diagonal view on this one because we're going to evolve this shape. So you're either lean forward in your staff pose, gesturing toward Paschimottanasana, or you came all the way up because your body's just not ready to do it, and that's okay. Either way, legs are straight, you're holding space. Inhale, puff your chest up, gaze up. Exhale, start to walk your hands forward. See what you can do with this fold. Breathe into your hamstrings. Okay, so we're prepping you for one final round of boats, but not the kind of boats you think. We're going to do a different drill. Inhale, tummy and ribs out. Exhale, come a little bit deeper, folding forward, surrendering into those hamstrings. Maybe you rock a little side to side to encourage them, peeling away your seat. You give yourself one more breath here. Before you come back neutral, let's inhale, half lift, look for your toes. Reach your arms forward, chin into chest. Rise up one vertebra at a time. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your prayer hands down through third eye, through heart center. We're going to bend your knees and plant your feet. Okay? So get those heels as close to you as you can. Maybe take your hands to your shins to help bring you there. Sometimes we need the reminder. It's okay. Now from here, flex your feet. And again, rock onto your sitting bones to hover. So your heels are hovering, you're holding space. Point your toes, take your shins parallel. Beautiful. And tuck your hands behind your knees. Now, I have a challenge for you in a moment. Reach your right arm forward, palm face up. Reach your left arm forward, palm face up. Now see if you can flex your feet and grab outside of those feet. So you're tucked in. I'll give you the full side view. You're tucked into yourself and floating in this boat, balancing on your sit bones, right? You give yourself a moment, inhale, exhale. Now, here's the challenge. You take these fingers to your big toes, wrap your big toes. Now, see if you can straighten out your legs and point your toes to lift your chest. Yeah. Now, if you're locked into that one, you're going to be able to do what I have next. So I'm going to show you from the front. Right now, we're here. You take a big breath, and if you want to, just separate your feet, pop your chest up, push your pelvis down and forward, lift your heart. You're in a yacht. Hold space in that yacht. 3. Hold space in that yacht for 2. And slowly on 1, we close it back up. Bring your feet back toward each other. So to re-bend your knees, flex your feet. So I'll give you the side view. We're back here. Release your feet, point your toes, arms reach forward, take a breath. Slowly extend yourself down into a low boat. Hold it there, 3. Hold it there, 2 on 1, come back up into traditional. 1 more time, come down into a low boat. Hold it, 3. Hold it, 2. Take your hands to prayer. Flutter your feet. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Come back. Reach your arms forward. Separate your hands. Separate your feet. Slow, dramatic, lower. To Shavasana. Holy moly. Wiggle yourself around. Get comfortable here. Do what you can to feel good. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades underneath you a little bit. Maybe take your right hand to your heart, left hand to your tummy, and feel your breath, your pranayama moving through you. Feel your prana, your heartbeat, your life force pumping underneath that right. Hold space as they mingle. Revel in all that you are. If you want to change your leg variation, you could very well do that. Maybe bottoms of your feet to touch. Maybe you scoot yourself up against the wall, sending legs up the wall, waterfall. Whatever you want to do, this is yours. If you lie on your side, but close your eyes. Breathe. Big breath, expand your lungs. Exhale, softens you, relaxes you, releases you. Soften through the crown of your head. Relax your cheeks, relax your jaw. Soften your ears, the space between, behind, around your eyes. Feel the weight of your head as you relax your neck, shoulders, arms, hands. Soften core, pelvic floor, feel the rise and fall.
Feel your hips, your glutes, your legs taking their varying shapes. Heels anchoring, feet fall wide. Your entire body at rest, breathing in this space. Three more breaths in this space. And then slowly begin to heighten your awareness. As you notice sound, scent, and sensation. Begin to wiggle each finger and each toe. Move your head side to side. And then slowly you come back center. Inhale, extend your arms overhead for a full or half body stretch. Maybe you'll lengthen out through your legs, roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles. Give yourself a moment to breathe. One more big breath, inhale. And as you exhale, start to take a bend into your knees and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Slowly rocking left, slowly rocking right. Massaging your lower lumbar into the earth. Ground down into this space. Feel your roots. Then when you're ready, surrender to over on the right or left side. You find fetal pose. Letting it all go there. A place of new beginnings, of starting overs. Then slowly, gently, when you're ready, pressing your way up as you ground down into your sitting bones, rising from the ash, born anew. Finding a beautiful seated position of your choice to ground down your roots, settle into your sits, and draw your hands to prayer heart center, bowing your head to your heart. Pressing pinkies and thumbs together, release your middle fingers to create a blossom. Within it, place your intention. Pouring into it, its light. Lend it your faith, your strength. And on an inhale, lift it all the way to the sky, presenting your light to the world. As you exhale, allow your hands to part as they fall to beside you. Imagine that light making its way out into the world to take root and make a difference. Slowly, hands return to prayer at heart center, bowing your head to your heart one last time. The light within me honors that brilliant shining light within each and every one of you. I'd like to close our class with the sound of Om, the universal sound that connects us all. If you'd like to join me, exhale the air out of your lungs. Inhaling for Om. Om Shanti Shanti, Om Peace Peace. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your afternoon and evening, rest of your week and your weekend. Hopefully we'll see you again one day soon, but until we meet again, namaste.